So, a blanket, so you have something to sit up on while we're sitting, and perhaps provide a little bit of cushioning when we get to the yin part of the practice later. We'll need at least one block for later, and if you have two to support you, we will be doing some lunges, and that's an option. And Jenny has a softer blanket as well, because we're going to show you an accommodation that you might or might not want to use. And your other blanket, whatever blanket you're sitting on, or a soft cushion would work for that as well. So obviously we're going to start in easy seat. So make the shape in your body sitting that is really comfortable for you. If that means your legs are crossed, so be it. Maybe the soles of your feet together. Maybe your legs extended. Roll your shoulders a couple of times. Bobble your head. So you can get yourself really well grounded in your seat. And begin to engage your core, snuggle your ribs in so that your spine is really well supported. And then let your elbows float underneath your shoulders and your hands come to your thighs, or perhaps stack one on top of each other. Let your eyes grow softer. If you're comfortable, you can even allow them to close and begin to bring your attention to your breath. We have had a windy but lovely Sunday afternoon. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And for anyone who has anyone that they're taking care of, you're taking a mom role, so happy Mother's Day to you as well. I have a couple of readings about moms that I'm going to share with you. How can we do a Mother's Day practice without talking a little bit about our moms? And I would like to encourage you to think about perhaps setting an intention, or maybe even dedicating your practice tonight to someone who is important to you. Someone who has been in that nurturing role for you. So allow your breath to be full. Allow your belly to expand as you breathe in, and to draw back toward your spine as you exhale. And then this reading comes from a site called Gratefulness, and it's from the Gratefulness team. And it's entitled Mother's Day, Belonging to Each Other. Mother's Day offers us opportunities to express our love and thanks to the women who have cared for us in our lives. The birth or adoptive mother, the grandmother, the teacher, or the elder friend who have helped us grow up. In arriving to the fact of our lives here and now, our appreciation of mothering in all of its many forms has the capacity to grow quite expansive. In offering gratitude for the gift of our lives, we celebrate Mother's Day as it honors this expansive concept of nurturing. So Jenny and I together, Jenny's your demo, this is Cyndy talking to you, we invite you to honor the mother figures in your life, and also to marvel at the intricate web of dependence and care that holds us all. May we honor the work of taking care of each other. It is in the recognition of our profound interconnection with one another that we can rise up to protect what we hold most sacred. Let us appreciate and celebrate our deep bonds with each other, and let us not forget that we each need each other's care. So bring your fingertips down by your side, turn your palms forward, allow your heart to gently open as your shoulders snuggle down. Take a nice full breath in, reach your fingertips out and up. Let them touch at the top. And then on your exhale, bring your thumb to heart center, and as you do, bring that person, that nurturing individual to mind. Take another round of breath. Perhaps dedicating your practice tonight to that individual. And then separate your hands and softly blink your eyes open, and then come to the top of your mat. We're going to start our movement from Tadasana. So set your blanket aside. As you come to your mat, set your feet up in hip distance. You might want to rock forward and back, side to side, and get yourself really well grounded. I have a preference to lift all of my toes so I can really anchor down through the ball mounds of my feet and be aware of my heels. Beautiful. And then bring your hands down by your hips, turn your palms forward, snuggle your shoulders on your back. And again, bobble your head so you feel really, really strong. Come to that nice, strong Tadasana. Rooting down through your feet and getting tall through the crown of your head. Take a nice full breath in. Exhale completely. And then on your next inhale, reach your fingertips out and up. Turn your palms up toward the sky and reach your right wrist with your left hand. And then stretch your arms nice and tall. Root down through your feet. Nice big breath in. Exhale, bend over to your left. Take a full breath in. Exhale, deepen that bend just a little bit more. Inhale, come back to center. And then switch your hands. Reach up through that left palm, nice and tall. Full breath in. Exhale, bend over to the right. Take a full breath here, deepening that side bend. Inhale, come back to center, bring your fingertips together, and as you draw your thumbs right down toward your heart, hinge at the hips, bend your knees and bow forward. Coming into a super soft forward fold. Bobble your head, shake yes and no. Make sure the back of your neck is really free. Check in with your jaw. And then with that core engaged, enough to support you, bring your hands to your shins or your thighs and rise up halfway on your inhale. Exhale, soften it down. And then do that 2 more times with your breath. Inhaling up halfway. Exhaling, soften. 1 more time, rising up. And as you rise up, feel that energy engage a little bit stronger each time. And then exhale, soften it down. Just let it go for another moment. And then rooting down through your feet on your next inhale, press down to the earth. Keep your knees soft. Reach out for your fingertips. Come all the way up to stand. Let your fingertips meet at the top. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. Full round of breath. Make sure your exhale is complete. On your next inhale, fingertips rise up, separate your fingers, hinge at the hips, and bow forward. Lovely. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, melt it down. Rise up halfway again. This time, pause in the halfway up. Lengthen the legs just a little bit more. Stretch longer through the crown of your head. Bring your hands to those hip pockets. Snuggle your shoulders on your back. So your fingertips are pointing down toward the back of your leg. Your spine is really long. On your next inhale, soften your knees, rise up all the way. Reach your fingertips out and up, big breath in. Pause at the top and notice where your shoulders are. You have lots of space from the top of your shoulders and the bottoms of your ears. And then turn your palms forward. Now engage your core and hit your ribs in, and on your next inhale, lift your heart. So it's the very top of your spine. You're lifting. Look up at your thumbs and follow your hands as they baby back bend right at the top. Beautiful, Jenny. Exhale. Bring your fingertips together. Center yourself right at heart center. Full round of breath. Exhaling to center, settling, reaching down to the earth. Inhale, let your arms float up. Exhale, engage your core, draw your hips back, come into chair. Yes. On your next inhale, turn your palms down, press the earth down and stand up. Good. Inhale, let your arms float up as you come back to chair. Exhale, press and stand. Inhale, soften back down into that chair, although we have to be engaged to do that, don't we? 1 more time, inhale and stand. Exhale, find your chair. This time we're going to be here for a couple of breaths. So keep feeling your hips reaching back, but your fingertips stretching forward. Maybe you can deepen just a touch more. Then on your next inhale, push down to rise up, and then exhale and fold, forward fold. Let it be soft, let it be yummy. Rock back and forth a little if that would feel good. And then root down to rise. So press down through your feet. Let your knees be soft, but gather the energy and the strength as you rise all the way up. Reach out through your fingertips. Let them meet at the top. Little baby back bend. And then everything gathers into your center, heart center, mom center. And then release your hands and do a nice soft forward bend. Here's where you might want to use your blocks. So reach for your blocks if they help support you. Stretch your right foot back as far as you can reach it. So we're going to stay in this lower lunge, but we're going to keep our knee up. So keep reaching back through your heel. Let that back thigh lift a little, but draw your heart forward so your spine is really, really long. Beautiful. And then come back to your breath. Nice, full, long breath. Lovely. Now your right hand is going to stay down, so you can keep it on the block, or if you have your fingertips on the floor, make sure that that right hand stays on the floor. And then draw your left arm up, coming into a twist. We're turning toward that front bent knee. Beautiful. Keep reaching back through the back heel. Take a full round of breath here. Feel yourself open. Feel that left shoulder draw back. And then turn your arm so that your thumb is pointing down toward the earth, and bring your hand to your low back. Beautiful. Roll that left shoulder open. And then on your exhale, lower your right knee down to the mat. And then coming into a twisted open lizard pose. So the way you do that is you drop your left knee out a little bit and let your foot come to the knife edge of the foot. Thanks, Jenny, so people can see. And then you just open nice and wide. And so just let this feel yummy. Let it feel how open you are, feel how long you can be. One more breath. And then exhale, unwind everything. Hands down on either side of your front foot. Bring your back foot up to meet the front foot. Super soft forward fold. You can heel toe your feet a little wider if that would feel good. Give yourself a little rock. And then bring everything back to center, because it's now the other side's turn. So reach your left foot back as far as you can. Beautiful. Fingertips on the floor or on those blocks. Keep reaching back through that back heel. Let that left thigh lift up. And then draw your heart forward so your spine is long. So blocks or the floor, whichever works best for you. Come back to your breath. Beautiful. Left hand is going to stay down. Right hand stretches up, coming into that twist. Super long spine. So keep reaching back. So from your heel to your head, you're as long as you can be. Yes. And then again, spin your arm so your thumb turns down. Bring your hand to your low back. Roll that shoulder open. And then lower your back knee. That's the left one this time. Let the right knee drop out and open, come to the knife edge of that foot. And then opening up in this open, twisted lizard. One more full round of breath. And then on your exhale, unwind everything and come back to that super soft forward fold at the top of your mat. Heel till your feet as wide as the mat. You can either bring your forearms to your thighs or hold opposite elbows and just sway side to side a little bit. A little bit of ragdoll action, just letting everything go except what you need to support you in your core and your feet. Check in with your jaw, check in with the back of your neck, check in with your eyes. Are they soft? And then whatever shape you've chosen for your arms, let that go. Heel toe your feet back underneath your hips. Root down, rise all the way up. Beautiful. Fingertips meet at the top, little baby back bend if you like, and then thumbs come to heart center. Take a full breath in. And then on your exhale, let it all go. Inhale, fingertips reach up, separate your hands, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold so you can bring your fingertips down, stretch your right foot back. We're coming into crescent lunge this time. So instead of fingertips staying down, as soon as you feel balance, squeezing your legs together, you can put your hands on your thigh to help support you. Lift your fingertips to the sky and settle in. You can even draw your arms a little wider apart and behind your shoulders, a little opening across your heart if that feels good. Take a full breath in. And then on your exhale, stretch your hands. Keep your spine nice and long. Stretch forward all the way down to the mat. Hands to the mat. Place them mindfully because the front foot meets the back foot. Lift your hips. Find your first down dog. So anchor your fingers and your hands in a way that supports your upper body. Pedal your feet if that would feel good. Up and down on your tippy toes. And then lengthen long in your down dog. Take a full round of breath. A complete exhale. On your next inhale, lift up on your toes and float forward. Bring your shoulders over your hands, coming into high plank. Yes. Take a full another breath in. Use your exhale to bring your knees to the mat. Shift your weight forward, bend your elbows back, come all the way down to the mat. Good. Snuggle your thumbs next to your chest, let your forehead come down to the mat. Uncurl your toes. Anchoring from the tops of your feet, press down there on your inhale. Draw the energy up and lift right between your shoulder blades, right at the back of your heart into your cobra. Exhale, melt everything down. Curl your toes under. Inhale, lift up through hands and knees or not, your choice. Find your down dog. Beautiful. Lift your right leg nice and long behind you. Really reach back through that heel. And then bend your knee. Stack your hips so you're twisting open here. Keep your front of your body anchored down. Beautiful. And then on your exhale, square your hips and swing that foot forward. Coming back to crescent lunge on this side. So square everything up. Squeeze your legs together. And when you are ready, rise up. Hands stretch to the sky. Keep that nice full breath. Not as long this time on this side. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Push off your back foot, forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Soften it all down. And then root to rise. Press down, reach out. Come all the way up to your mountain pose. Beautiful back bend at the top. And breathe. You okay? Mm-hmm. Good. Full breath in. Inhale, reach your hands all the way out and up. Exhale, separate them, bow forward, forward, fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, melt everything down. Good. And then hands to the mat, and then we're starting on the other side. So I believe it's left foot starts this time. Good. So nice strong crescent this time. So really reach back, squeeze your legs together. We're going to hold it for a little bit longer on the front side. So when you are ready, fingertips reach up, settling in, drawing your arms apart so you get that nice, wide, soft, open heart. That looks beautiful, Jenny. Full breath. Use the exhale to bring your hands down either side of your front foot. And then down dog is next. So bring your front foot back to meet the back foot. Lift those hips. Here's where you get to pedal your feet or up and down on tippy toes. Finding the down dog. And then settle in so you get super long from your fingertips through the hip points. Beautiful. On your next inhale, float forward to your high plank. Find your strength here. So the core is hugged in. arches forward. Beautiful. Next, exhale, knees come down. Then shift your weight forward, full breath in. Exhale, bend your elbows back all the way down to the mat. Find your cobra, so anchoring to the tops of your feet, and when you feel that connection, you lift. Beautiful. Exhale, melt everything down. Toes curl under. When you are ready, come up through hands and knees. Find your down dog. Beautiful. And then on your next inhale, lift your left heel, reach it back so you get really, really long from your heel through your fingertips. And then bend your knees, stack your hips, twisting open on this side, keeping your hands really well anchored. Full breath in. Exhale, square your hips and bring that foot forward, coming into a very brief crescent on this side. So set yourself up for balance, and when you're ready, rise all the way up. Beautiful. Not quite as long. Exhale, hands down on either side of your front foot, come into that forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, melt it down, and then root to rise. Make it a really strong. Reach your fingertips way out and up. Back bend at the top, and then thumbs come to heart center. Or if you would rather, hands down by your side, and take 3 rounds of breath right here. Finding your Tadasana, super strong and long. From the soles of your feet through the crown of your head, all the energy and all the connections. Feel the engagement. Bring that special nurturing person back to mind. Send them a little extra love from you. And then on your next exhale, bring your fingertips down in front of your toes. So bow forward. Step your left foot back. And we're coming into warrior two. So spin that left heel down, walk your hands inside your front foot, and when you are ready, root down through your feet. Keep that right knee spinning out. Reaching your arms out nice and wide. Strong warrior two. Beautiful. And then come back to your breath. And as you come back to your breath, feel the strength of the pose in your legs. So you really reach down and out with your feet, hugging in with your core, and the fingertips stretch as well. And then you can bring your left hand to your thigh or to your low back to support it. Spin your right hand up. Look into the center of your palm as it lifts to the sky. Keep your right knee reaching forward, reversing your warrior. Looking into the palm or your heel, whichever works best for your neck. On your next inhale, press down on your right foot, straightening the leg, coming into reverse triangle. Beautiful. And then on your inhale, keep your legs straight and come back up to center. Turn your palms forward, snuggle your shoulders on your back. Beautiful. Exhale, settle. Inhale, stretch out through your right fingertips until you tip into your triangle. Wherever that hand lands is perfect. If the block has to be in reach, great. If not, don't worry. Wherever the hand is just right for you. Full breath in. Lovely and open, Jenny. Exhale, both hands down on either side of your front foot. Now, you're going to walk your hands to the left. Pick your right toes up and bring them so that your toes end up parallel to the, pointing to the side of your mat, the sides of your feet parallel to the short ends. Jenny's got it. Fold forward, just let it be. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, melt it down. Beautiful. And then engage and lift just enough. Pick up your left toes, spin them to the back of your mat. So adjust your right foot if you need to. We're coming into warrior two on this side. So when you are ready, root down through your feet, rise up, stretching your arms out nice and wide. Beautiful. And again, bring your attention to your feet. Stretch those legs, rooting down. And you can experiment with squeezing your legs together or stretching them apart, noticing the engagement of your legs, reaching out through your fingertips, remembering to hug in through your core so you're strong from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head. Beautiful. Right onto your thigh, you're supporting your low back, spin your left palm up, reverse your warrior. Keep reaching through that left knee so you're super long in the side body. Yes. And then press down through your left foot, straighten the legs so you're long in every part of you in that reverse triangle. Inhale, come all the way up. Keep your legs long and strong. Spin your palms forward. Feel your shoulders snuggle. And then with your shoulders snuggled, stretch forward with your left fingertips, tipping into the triangle on this side. Spin your heart open. The triangle isn't how low you go, it's how open you can be. Beautiful. And then, I know we're going to be facing the opposite end of your mat, but that's okay. Bring your hands down either side of your left foot. Spin your right heel up. Come into down dog. Pedal your feet up and down on your tippy toes. And you can stay here in down dog, or it's your last chance to flow through tonight. So if you'd like to flow through, flow forward to your plank. And then lower down in the way that serves you best, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, high to low. And then up dog or cobra, whatever back bend serves you best. And then we'll meet in puppy or child. So if you've been in down dog this whole time, just bring your knees down and come into the pose that serves you best. So I have a few quotes from various people about moms. And the first one happens to be from Meryl Streep. And this quote is, "Motherhood has a very humanizing effect. Everything gets reduced to essentials." So on your next inhale, come up to hands and knees, and we're going to gather our props because we're coming into the yin side of our practice. So you'll need a block. One block will do. And for this first pose, we're going to show you a modification because it's one of those poses that can be just a little tricky for upper arms and shoulders. And so if you have your blanket, you can fold it. And then you're going to place the blanket so that the arm in front is going to lie on the blanket. And you'll understand what I mean by that in just a minute. Okay, so the block needs to be on the lowest level. Jenny's got it set up just right. She's measured this out, she knows. Your forehead is going to end up on the block. You're going to be laying on your belly. So come down to hands and knees, there you go. See how Jenny's gotten into that? So forehead on the block. So this is the tricky part of this pose, and this is how this opens up the back of your body, strengthening your shoulder blades, believe it or not. So you're going to snuggle your left arm, you're going to thread it underneath you, palm up, beautiful. And then the right arm comes in front, so it's a crisscross position. It's called bow tie, so imagine you're the bow. And then your forehead comes down to the block. So wiggle as you need to get settled in. The beauty about yin is that you get to kneel and settle in and find where it would be. If you don't want to use that blanket, you don't have to. There's no rule. And then once you're in the shape of the pose, the trick is just to allow gravity and your breath to do the work. Allow your body to relax as much as possible. That's that essential piece. So bring your attention back to your breath. Allow yourself just to be in the moment. Here's another quote. This one's from Eric Fromm. Mother's love is peace. It need not be acquired. It need not be deserved. Bring your attention back to your breath. Let it be long. Let it be soft. Just a couple more breaths. So take your time coming out. Gather the core, unwind, and then bring your arms forward. You don't need to move any of your stuff. You can keep your block right there. We're coming into Sphinx pose. So the way to deepen this pose is to snuggle your elbow back toward your hips. The way to soften it a little, if it's too deep right now, is to walk your elbows forward. Find the shape that serves you best. Engage enough so you get the benefit. This is really opening up the back, opening and strengthening the back of the body. There's a little bit of an inverse of that bow tie. Just snuggle. Coming back to your breath. E.W. Caswell, this is attributed to him. The mother, more than any other, affects the moral and spiritual part of the children's character. She is their constant companion and teacher in formative years. The child is ever imitating and assimilating the mother's nature. It is only in afterlife that men gaze backward and behold how a mother's hand and heart of love molded their young lives and shaped their destiny. Bring your attention back to your breath. One more complete in and out. So I can't let you go home stretched on one side and not the other. So we get to do the bow tie the other way. So now the right arm is, closer to you, and the left arm is further away. Forehead on the block. Allowing your breath and gravity to do the work. We're doing 2 minutes for each of these. I just realized I didn't tell you. Two to 5 minutes are what's recommended. Agatha Christie said this: a mother's love for her child is like nothing else in the world. It knows no law, no pity. It dares all things, and crushes down remorselessly all that stands in its path. Nice long full breaths. Be sure to let that exhale be complete. Gently bring yourself back out, and we're coming back to that Sphinx pose. So if you're feeling open and you'd like to try another version, I don't know if you want to show this briefly or not, Jenny. You want to show it? Just feel. So if you reach your hands forward and out a little bit, you can get it gets a little deeper into your back. It's a little bit more of a challenge. So if that feels good to you, feel free to try this. This would be a seal version, or you can bring your elbows down and come into Sphinx. So Jenny, do what feels good to you. You don't need to feel pressure in one way or another. Just an option. But it might feel good on your back. 2 minutes might be a long time. So maybe I can distract you with a little bit from James Faust. So James E. Faust said this: I affirm my profound belief that God's greatest creation is womanhood. I also believe that there's no greater good in all the world than motherhood. The influence of a mother in the lives of her children is beyond calculation. Bring your attention back to your breath. Just a couple more. And then just melt yourself down. Just stretch nice and long here. Bring your arms to whatever shape feels good. With your toes, reach back. You might want to bend your knees and very softly windshield wiper them, releasing that low back. Do what Jenny did, stack your 4 hands on each other, bring your forehead to your little pillow hands. And then as you are ready, no rush. Then there's no elegant way to get you there. But you're going to want to end up on your back. So roll over. When I do that, I end up like totally off my mat. And just kind of have to get there. When you get there, feel free to bend your knees. You can bring your knees over your hips and then do what feels good here. Maybe a little hip circle, big or small. Maybe just rocking side to side. Just softening, releasing. And then bring your feet down to the mat. Keep your knees bent. And then I'm going to talk about the upper body first, and then we'll shift the bottom body. So we're going to end up with our arms nice and wide, but at first I'm going to recommend that you keep your arms near your side. So let's start with the right leg crossed over the left. Nice and tight cross. Good. And then press down on your upper arms. That's why I want to close to your body right now. Press down your upper arms and your left foot. Lift your hips and shift your hips off to the right. So you feel a little cockeyed for a moment. Now you can bring your arms out to the side in a T if that would feel good, or W shape, whatever feels good. And let your knees drop down to the left. Beautiful. So we're going to be here in this twisted root pose for a few breaths. So notice where you feel the sensation. Because you're all wrapped up, all twisted up. You might find that you're feeling this twist in your hips as well as the extension in your back. And maybe even across the front of your chest as you allow that left shoulder, or is it that right shoulder, sorry, to reach down toward the mat. Linda Wooten said this: being a mother is learning about strengths you didn't know you had, and dealing with fears you didn't know existed. Bring your attention back to your breath. Long, full, complete. Draw your knees back to center. Bring your arms back to your side. Shift your hips to center and unwind your legs. So get yourself centered on the mat. So reset by centering up. Take a round of breath right here. Don't rush in. Body likes a moment just to be. Okay, now we'll wrap you up and go the other way. So left leg across. Press down through your upper arms and your right foot. Shift your hips. And then stretch your arms out in the shape that serves you best. Cactus, W, T, whatever works. And your knees drop over to the right. Feeling that sensation through your hips, perhaps, along your spine, perhaps across the top of your chest as your shoulder melts down toward the mat. Last mother quote, I promise. Most of all, the other beautiful things in life come by twos and threes, by dozens and hundreds. Plenty of roses, stars, sunset, rainbows, brothers and sisters, aunts and cousins, comrades and friends, but only one mother in the whole world. That That was Kate Douglas Lee. Almost there. I know, the wind is kicking up outside, so we're almost done. Take another breath or two. So unwind everything, bring yourself back to center, get everything lined up and centered first. And then if there's one more thing you feel the need to do before settling into your Shavasana, now is the time. Happy baby's a great choice. Maybe a little rocking back and forth if that would feel good. And then as you are ready, settle into Shavasana that would serve you best. Legs nice and long. Weighting down across your hips with that blanket is a great option. Maybe bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop out. If you want to do that today. Softening those hips a little more. Letting your breath get long and full. Letting yourself settle into your Shavasana. Please feel free to stay here as long as it will serve you best. Jenny and I are very glad that you joined us this evening for this little Mother's Day practice. As you're in your Savasana, bring that person you dedicated the practice to back to mind. Send them a little extra love. And in gratitude for the nurturing and radical power of love, Jenny and I both wish you a peaceful rest of your Mother's Day, no matter what the weather decides to do. Thank you for joining us. We honor you, all of your light, and so the light from our hearts honor the light in yours. Namaste. If you would like to donate to the studio, please visit the website. There is a place there where you can donate and we can continue to provide you online classes. Again, thank you. Happy Mother's Day.